Shannon Lionetti. It is so great to see your face. Normally you are one of my kids' instructors at the Governor's School for the Arts, but right now we're talking because you've taken on this huge new effort, Corona Aid 757, to help folks in the region, and you're doing an amazing job. I'd love for you to talk a little bit more about what Corona Aid 757 is, how you guys got it started.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Corona Aid 757 is a group of autonomous disaster relief workers and community members who've kind of all come together in the midst of all of this to help our neighbors in need. So when we started this off, we were trying to figure out where the biggest need was, and we actually kind of adopted what it was at the time, a Facebook group started by another community member, Nick Newbold, who started as a way to get groceries for seniors who weren't able to go into the stores. And we picked it up from there, and all I know is next day we were on the news, and it kind of ever evolved from there. And as time has gone on, of course, there's been more restrictions at the grocery stores and things. So we've kind of moved into a new place where obviously one of the biggest needs is food. And we're surprised actually more than anything that families, more than seniors, are even asking us for help. But of course, with everybody losing their jobs and stuff now, it does make sense. But we've been making care packages, some very large, with enough groceries to last families and households for a week at a time. We've also got medics on hand. So we've been doing street care packages now as well, handing out to folks at the motels who have been displaced because of this, handing out to folks who are still going to work at the bus stops, heading to work. So it's been a great way to see where people are at in the community, make sure they're feeling all right, making sure they're getting the medicine they need. And our efforts have really grown. So it's not just in Norfolk that we're doing this. We have our main distribution point that we're making these care packages, but we actually are extended all the way up to Williamsburg, where we just built another pantry, and all the way down Virginia Beach, and deliver even to Franklin. So we have basically our core members who are building these care packages, and then we have our drivers, our volunteers who are basically driving all over the area to give these to people.
Wow. How many folks are involved at this point from a volunteer standpoint? Do you have a count?
Yeah, well, we have over 500 people signed up to volunteer, but our Facebook group is almost up to 2,000 now, and there's so many folks just jumping in to help right away that it's kind of hard to count the numbers exactly. But we have, students from EVMS who are asking, how can I help, even on top of all the things they're doing? And we have people who are just laid off of work and just like, hey, where can I jump in, and learning new skill sets with all of this. I think we're all learning a lot. It's not really anything we've ever experienced before in this capacity. So we're all trying to figure out how to make this work together and collectively.
So if folks want to learn more, if they want to sign up to volunteer, or if they need help themselves, how do they access that information?
Yeah, we do have a website, coronaid757.com. We have our volunteer form on there. We do have if you need a care package, you can go through the form on there as well to sign up. And we do have a phone number too. So if anybody's having trouble with that, they can give us a call, or other organizations that want to get involved or have extra food or resources to donate. We're always looking for different things, so they can reach us on there.
Yeah, so if people want to make donations, good friend of mine came over and picked up off my front porch. We didn't see each other. Bars of soap and toothpaste and hand sanitizers. Are you collecting things like that as well?
Yeah, we are. And it's been really great to see. A lot of neighbors have taken the initiative to basically set up bins in their own front yard. A lot of people who can't go out and collecting these items, and they're able to drop it off. We have a few drop boxes located around the city, and that is listed on our website as well. So we've been collecting, everything from basic sanitation items to food, canned goods, anything that you can think of, especially diapers and formula, because those are very expensive items and a lot of our moms need it right now. Go on their website and anybody can check that out and see how to get involved.
I'm really interested in the street care packages and your street teams that are going out, and love the idea that a medic is joining along. When you're delivering items to folks, what sort of things would a medic do when he or she's interviewing somebody on the street who might be experiencing homelessness?
Yeah, and so we've been taking around our school bus. I mean, luckily we have one, so we're able to load it all up with care packages, and it's kind of nice too because we're able to safely give it to people and have
Okay,
these
so wait, I
interactions.
gotta stop you. You have a school bus.
Yeah.
Explain how you have a school bus, because I don't have a school bus in my driveway. Where
Yeah,
did that go?
so normally, like you said, because I teach at the governor's school and also run a 501c3 known as Analog, which we do film photography and the preservation of that. And at the time this all started, we were working on basically building out a school bus to do workshops and to have it as a mobile darkroom. So when this started, we had a gutted, empty school bus, which only made sense to fit it in with this. And it's great because, you know, rather than driving around in our cars, it's very identifiable. So as soon as we drive up, people know they're allowed to come up. They kind of just get it instantly. So we were able to fill up our school bus and also run supplies to and from our different pantries in the area all the way up to Williamsburg and back. But what we've been doing with these street care packages now, we have just kind of all the basic essentials in there, and we do ask if people need certain types of medicine, over-the-counter stuff, and just try to give them and make sure that they are feeling good. And our medic asks basic questions, and we do have, she has, of course, her whole bag packed, so she's able to check on their vitals and different things and make sure that they're all right there. Our most recent acquisition was she bought more of the oxy pulse readers, which is something a lot of doctors are starting to say everybody should have in their home kits, just like they would a thermometer. And that's a little device that doctors put on your finger when you go to the doctor's office. And basically it'll check just to make sure, because a lot of people who have this virus don't realize it, but they have more like a lower lung capacity and symptoms of what would seem like pneumonia, even though they don't feel like anything's wrong. They're kind of asymptomatic. So this is a really great way to check in a very safe way on the streets, make sure that everybody's feeling okay. And if not, then we can direct them to the right resources to get help.
You know, I'm so impressed with this effort, and it's going to be a tough time ahead of us in terms of we're going to have some real budget cuts, and we're not going to have a lot of the traditional capital, if you will, to do things. But what I've always said is I feel like this area has a lot of human capital, and we just need to do a better job of connecting the dots, and because we will have people who really care. And what I see here, what you're doing, Shannon, and the Corona 8757 is exactly that. And it just, it's such a weird, chaotic, challenging, stressful time, but it just warms my heart that so many people are out there helping others in need. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. If people want to make donations, there is a 501c3 associated with this, so they can make a charitable tax-deductible donation if they'd like.
Exactly. Yep. And we invite anybody to come along with us, because we know a lot of people are, losing jobs or things are changing, and it is stressful for everybody. And I think that's what's really unique about the situation is it's not exclusive to one type of person. And this area is, I think, so incredible because there is so many people from so many backgrounds and different skill sets that I think it was very easy for us to get this together because, we just go, hey, what are you able to do? All right, you take over that. And we just came together. And I think that's what mutual aid is all about. So I'm excited to see going forward what we're able to do because obviously we're doing care packages now because there's that need for food and we're, checking people's vitals, but it's going to go beyond that. And it's very empowering for a lot of people who are having anxiety right now to feel like they're connected to their community and can get involved, I think is very important. And I'll say myself, I've lived here my whole life and I've met more people in the past 4 weeks than I have my entire time living here. So I'm glad I have. And I just think that what everybody doing collectively is incredible. So I'm excited to see what else comes from this.
So I've loved this interview. It's been a lot of fun watching your cat in the background dancing around, and that's my husband in the background dancing around. These Zoom interviews, you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
The dishwasher's going off. It's just sort of real life, but keeping it real here. That's what we're trying to do. And so thank you again, Shannon. I'm looking forward to getting on the website and see how we can help personally. I got 3 boys I need to put to work. So I've got, speaking of up on cue walking by. Thank you so much. So I'll put the links in the video and on Facebook so people can get more involved, and let us know how we can help. And again, so grateful for all the work that you're doing. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.